Hey everyone, in this episode, grab your bug spray and strap on your hiking boots. We're going to review Parks, put out by Keymaster Games.
This is a gorgeous game.
Yeah.
So in Parks, you are a hiker hiking through the national parks, collecting park cards and picking up points to see who has had the best hiking experience.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's broken into a few different seasons, 4 seasons? Yeah, 4 seasons throughout the year. And yeah, you're not buying anything. You're not collecting stuff. You're not destroying nature. Like, it's really cool. It really is capturing that feel of just being a hiker and enjoying what the National Parks Service has to offer. And, I really love that all the art feels like kind of those throwback retro posters that you would see as kind of advertisements for Yellowstone or Glacier Bay or, anything like that. It's really, really beautiful.
And actually, the reason that they look like them is because they did team up with the artists for, there was a run of artwork advertising the park. So that is kind of also the official art.
Okay, I don't think I've ever given this note for any game before. The board game pieces smell really good. They're all wooden pieces, and they might actually be cedar pieces, and they're stained instead of painted, and so they feel really good as you move them around, and it smells good. You open them up, and it's kind of this very woodsy, cedary smell that's going on, and it's really neat. And there's another cool thing about all of the pieces. Your wild card pieces are the wild animals, and yeah, Dawn, you noticed that they're all different animals. Doesn't matter whether you've got a deer or a bison or an eagle, it still counts as a wild card, and it's just really neat that there's that level of attention to detail.
In addition to that level of detail, this has now taken the top spot in any box organization that I've ever seen.
It even absolutely
has
perfect.
A chart on the box that shows you how to put things back in it. And they even suggested the cardboard that you popped out. 2 of the pieces they suggest hold on to these and put on the bottom so that the box kind of keeps that. Things don't shift around as much when you move it, which is really nice because I know some of those organizations can fall out just because you've got more space.
Yeah. And then the other 2 printed on them, it encourages you and reminds you to recycle them. So it's just really nice. Yeah, the box organization is absolutely perfect in this, which is, you've listened to any of our other videos, that's just something we really appreciate and we think is really cool.
The theme of this game really comes through in all of the mechanics. And it is, you are trying to have the most points, but it doesn't feel competitive, or maybe not competitive.
It's competitive, but you're not playing against the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you do want to get the most points, but it never feels like it's at the expense of the other player.
Now, I did also play it in the solo mode, and that worked out really well. The mechanics for it made it so that, I wasn't feeling like I was playing myself because I had to make decisions for the board mechanic. You are playing, and there are rangers also on the trail. And it adds an interesting element of there are events that can happen. So, cold spell, heat wave, government shutdown, forest fire, all of those different events that add a complication, as well as the rangers, when they get to someplace, you may not be able to also go to that part on the trail, or it might take away cards. It was just a very fun mechanic as a single player game.
And it all depends on what are the cards that show up or things like that. So there's a random quality. Like you were saying, you're not having to choose. You don't make the decision to make it harder or easier on yourself. That random quality to it is a really nice aspect to a single player game or single player solo mode. It's a pretty quick game. You're always getting ready to do something. We played the 2-player version, so of course it was just the back and forth, but it certainly feels like if there are more players, it's still coming around to you pretty darn quickly. And each season you add more spaces on the trail that you're hiking, so there are more options and a little bit of planning for what you want to do later on in the game.
Also, you flip a different season card, so that adds a complication, or it just changes it up, and also tells you what the weather is going to be along the trail. So those are additional tokens you can pick up if you're the first one there.
And there are way more seasons and parks than you will ever get to in a single game. And I really like whenever game designers do that, because now there's the replay factor.
Oh, yeah.
We saw so the 4 seasons, there's 3 out there. We saw maybe 15 to 20 of the different locations. Mm-hmm. And there were still a ton of places that we never saw pop up. So as we continue to play, there's always going to be those fun new surprises. And of course, getting to see the artwork as it pops up.
I also like that the year cards give you your own personal goal.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like we were pretty close, and it ended up being that I was able to complete my year card, and so that was kind of the tiebreaker for us.
Yeah, you won by 1 point because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the year cards are only worth 2 or 3 points, so it's not the sort of thing where it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to focus on that and it'll guarantee I win. But it is just that little bit extra if you're able to pull it off.
The camera mechanic is also a really cute thing. You get
nice.
Photos, which all of the photos are different.
Yeah.
Just the details that go into the game, I really appreciate. And the camera makes sense as a hiker. You're taking a picture.
You're taking all those pictures. Mm-hmm. And overall, the game just feels good to play. You're not trying to screw anyone else over. You're not trying to buy up property. You're not trying to conquer anything. It's enjoying being out and taking a hike. And so this is a really great game to maybe take with you on vacation, and you can play it if it's raining and you can't go outside, and it'll just really gear you up and make you feel ready to get out when the weather's a little bit nicer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good family game, easy to learn.
Yes.
So good for players of all ages and really enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. So have you gotten a chance to play Parks? What is it that you love about it? What do you think about the art? Tell us your favorite thing about this game, because it's one that we absolutely love. Can't wait to read about that in the comments below.
A big thanks to our patrons, especially Tucker. If you want to support our channel, you can head over to our Patreon page and check out the perks of being a patron. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this, I hope that you hit that like button and share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you next time on Roll for Initiative.
Bye.
Yeah.